But now to Eldoret, where John Wanyama is standing by. There's a tree planting exercise there in the effort to ensure that the Kenya attains the 10% forest cover as recommended by the agencies concerned. And I believe he has the CS for Environment, Keriako Tobiko, to speak to. Wanyama, is this expected to spread to other different places as well? And now that it's in Eldoret, has it started there?
Indeed, good morning, and we're here in Eldoret. Really, we are still waiting for the CS Environment, Keriako Tobiko, to arrive, and we are being told that he will be going all the way to Moine University main campus to start this program, that they require each and every government institution to have at least 10% of their land planted trees. So it's a good exercise, they are saying, because, you know, climate change and global warming is a reality in this particular country and the entire world. Let me talk to officials from the government. So you start with the name, you tell us maybe why are you in Uasin Gishu today?
My name is Mohammed Elmi. I'm the CS Ministry of Environment and Forestry, and representing the minister who would have been here. Basically, we are here to partner with the county government to ensure that we exceed the 10% tree cover that we had said, or the forest cover. And we have good ideas that the governor has proposed, basically having a special committee that will look at all aspects of land in this area. And so all public land, which is owned by government, the 10%, let's start with that one. And governor assures me that alone is huge, and he's going to say it himself. But the reality is that climate change is with us here. Either it finishes us or we finish it. We must do something about it, which means we have to get back our forests, we must get back our lands to restore them. And Kenya has already, the president has directed that by 2022 we must achieve. And that we cannot achieve unless we now map out everywhere and say these are the areas that we are going to do, and we are going to do in the next 3 years that's remaining. Okay. Thank you.
Maybe how many trees are you going to plant today, and where are you starting from?
I think we have a whole program. We had yesterday, we planted quite a number, and today we'll go to a number of places to plant, but also we are rewarding the, what do you call, there's a ceremony in the Adelaide, and their theme, which I really like that group, is that climate change is a reality and they want to enlighten Kenyans about it. And that we are going to officiate that one immediately after this. Okay. Thank you.
Let's also hear from Governor Jackson Mandago. I know you are the champion for environment. Today you are also awarding athletes just because of that race you had last time. Maybe is this achievable?
Thank you very much, Bwana Wanyama. First and foremost, let me say that today as a county we are pleased to host, I would say, the technical team of this country on matters environment. From KEFRI, NEMA, KFS, the ministry, all actors in the environment in Kenya are today here in Eldoret. And we are here first to reward those athletes who won during the Eldoret City Marathon. And you know our marathon theme is climate action. We must mitigate on the changes that we are experiencing on the climate. And besides that, our focus is actually to increase our forest cover and improve our environment. And today, we are not just going to award the athletes, we are also going to be planting trees, but we are also going to be later visiting Kaptagat forest, where we want to establish a bamboo plantation and also a bamboo factory in this region, so that the 3 counties here in Nandi, Elgeyo Marakwet, Uasin Gishu, and even the other neighboring counties like Kakamega, Trans Nzoia, and others can begin doing commercial bamboo farming, both for environmental conservation, but also as a livelihood generation. We have discussed a number of issues, but we think we have zeroed in on first, before we go out to venture and even sensitize and encourage the public on the question of 10% forest cover. In this county, we have agreed we are going to establish an environment committee comprising of officers from national government and county government and all the state agencies responsible for environment to deal with 10% forest cover in public institutions. And when we talk of public institutions, we are talking of the universities, we are talking of the secondary schools, we are talking of the primary schools, we are talking of the vocational training schools, we are talking of our hospitals, we are even talking of the chief's office. That even if it is on a 1 acre of land, we want at least that 10% of that land to be under trees. All institutions here combined can easily give us the difference in what we are targeting as a country to achieve 10%. Moi University alone has over 3,000 acres of land. 10% is 300 acres. Kenya Defence Force is here, has about 16,000 acres. 10% is 1,600 acres of land. University of Eldoret has 1,800. We are talking about 180. County government, through its institutions, vocational training, colleges and so forth, we have close to about 2,000 acres. 10% is about 200. If all of us public institutions could take the lead and make sure when we plant trees, we take care of those trees until they mature, and we go ahead and roll out this program, then the citizens should follow suit. The next target group are actually the large-scale farmers, because they are the ones with the largest bare land. And we are going to be asking them to do 10% forests. And they have a choice whether to do indigenous trees, but they can also do commercial forestry. You know, the requirement for timber in this country is still there. We are still building. But we want people who will do commercial forestry for purposes of timber, and those who will also do forestry for conservation. And I think that is what we want to do, and we want to encourage Kenyans. And finally, let me say this. As a country, we have committed to so many treaties, but a number of them we have not implemented. I want to urge Parliament. We are committed to 2% of our budget should go to environment. This time around, let it not be a talk. My friend, this climate change is real. Ask me, I come from this county. We were forced to plant maize 3 times this year because of the delay in rains. These are effects of climate change. It's nothing else. Wacha hii watu wanasema ati Mungu alikasirika na sisi sijui ni hiyo ni story. Havana ni kukata miti na kuharibu wetlands na kukataa conserve environment. I'm asking Parliament, please let's put money for conservation. And they have a choice. They can allocate every ministry money to deal with environment. If you are in Ministry of Roads, we can give you money for roads, but in that money of roads, 2% must go towards environmental conservation. And I think that's what we want to achieve. In county government, we are committed to doing it.
Thank you, Trevor. That's Uasin Gishu Governor Jackson Mandago. Lastly, Trevor, let me talk to CEO Water Tower. What are you doing maybe to ensure that wetlands are being conserved in 1 minute?
Okay, you realize today is a great day because we're going to launch a national demo site for bamboo, as the governor and the CS has actually talked about it, so that all those things that have been talked about are coming to play, because we are talking about the bamboo, which is a way of actually, or rather a resource that we want to use in conservation. And today is the day that we are going to launch the national demo site in bamboo. And my PS is here, who is in charge of the Ministry of Forest and Environment, because the policy about bamboo is actually underway, and that is going to articulate all these issues bamboo. Okay. My PS.
Thank you. Thank you. The PS.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing regarding the 10% tree cover. In order to achieve that, you need seedlings. And we are working with the Kenya Forest Research Institute, Kenya Forest Service to grow those seedlings. We plan to grow 2 billion seedlings in the next 4 years. Then those seedlings will be distributed to the private sector, to all government institutions to be able to grow that. Because if we don't have the seedlings, then we'll not be able to achieve it. So we have enough funds right now that's been allocated by the government to grow those seedlings in the next 4 years. Okay. We've also asked all government departments, there's been a presidential directive, to allocate 10% of their budget for tree seedlings in the next 4 years.
Thank you, Trevor. I know that has been quite long, and as you have heard from government officials, they are saying they are ready. They have energy, will, and funds to ensure that this country has enough trees so that the country can avoid that global warming and climate change that have really affected this country, especially in farming region. Back to you, Trevor.
Thanks, John.